The winter session of the Parliament is set to begin today with a total of 19 sittings scheduled until 20th of December. Prime Minister Modi will address the session at 10 a.m. The opposition has called for discussions on serious issues including the US prosecutors' bribery charges against the Adani Group and the ongoing violence in Manipur. Union Minister for Parliamentary Affairs Kiran Rijiju has stated that the matters will be taken up in the two houses, will be decided by respective committees with their consent.
She will come out with the report and table in the House. If they get delayed, they'll have to seek permission from the House because the Parliament in the Lok Sabha, it was decided that the JPC report has to be tabled before the last day of the first week of the winter session of the Parliament. If there is a delay, they'll have to seek the permission of the House.
Prime Minister Modi's statement on the Waqf law in the Constitution drew sharp criticism from Islamic scholar Maulana Arshad Madani addressing a function on Sunday organized by the Jamiat Ulema Hind. The Muslim cleric, who's the president, urged Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and his Andhra Pradesh counterpart Chandrababu Naidu to stall the Waqf bill that the Modi government is likely to bring in the Parliament's winter session that begins today.
इलेक्शन के अंदर बीजेपी की नाकामी वो सिर्फ मुसलमान के हिस्से में नहीं लिखी जाएगी। मुसलमान की तादाद कितनी है झारखंड के अंदर? इसका मतलब ये है कि नफरत की इस सियासत को झारखंड के हिंदू और मुसलमान ने थूक लिया, उसके ऊपर कबूल नहीं किया।
3 people were killed and scores of others, including around 20 security personnel and 4 personnel of the administration, were injured as the protesters opposed a court-ordered survey of Mughal-era mosque clashed with the cops on Sunday. The protesters torched vehicles and pelted stones at the cops, who used tear gas and batons to disperse the mob. A constable also sustained injuries while Deputy Collector fractured his leg. Internet services have been suspended in Sambhal Tehsil for the next 24 hours, and the district administration has even declared a holiday today for all students up to class 12th. Tension has been brewing in Sambhal since last week when Jama Masjid was surveyed on the orders of a local court following a petition that claimed that Harihar temple stood at the site.
सर्वे जब चल रहा था उस समय उन्होंने पुलिस पर पत्थरबाजी करना शुरू किया। पुलिस ने उसका जवाब दिया है और उन लोगों द्वारा कुछ पुलिस के सब इंस्पेक्टर्स हैं और उनकी गाड़ियां जो जामा मस्जिद के परिसर के पास में खड़ी थी उनमें आग भी लगाई गई है। उसकी वजह से कुछ प्रॉपर्टी है उसको हानि भी हुई है, लेकिन वर्तमान में जो कानून व्यवस्था है वो कंट्रोल में है। सभी जगह शांति व्यवस्था व्याप्त है, ड्यूटियां लगाई जा रही हैं फिर से, और ये बताना भी उल्लेखनीय है कि सर्वे जो था कोर्ट के द्वारा मैंडेटेड था वो सकुशल संपन्न हो गया।
With the ruling Mahayuti alliance having won with a landslide victory in Maharashtra, reports say that the BJP is likely to hold a legislative party meeting today to elect the next chief minister. According to sources, the vote-taking ceremony will be held tomorrow. The Jaipur police have deported 11 suspected Bangladeshi nationals regarding illegally residing in Bengaluru. Bagra area. The police has confirmed that the individuals were arrested following investigation into fake documents they used to reside in India. The suspects were sent to Alwar Detention Center before being handed over to the Bangladesh administration on Saturday with assistance from the West Bengal government and BSF Jawans. The authorities also arrested accomplices involved in creating the fake documents for those arrested. Relying on Google Maps turned fatal for 3 men when their car fell from an incomplete bridge, from an under-construction bridge under the Ramganga River, the Bareilly-Badaयूं border late Saturday night. The accident occurred on the Faridpur-Datganj route, where a portion of the bridge remains unfinished since flood damaged it in 2022. In other stories, if you're tracking, children from K. Shamprat Sega Road staged a protest rally demanding strict punishment for those responsible for the murder of children in Jiribam. The rally saw young participants marching with placards and even raising slogans seeking justice for the victims. The incident has sparked outrage, with locals calling for swift action against the perpetrators. Joint security personnel, including the Jenge Police and Army's 15 Rashtriya Rifles, uncovered busted a terror outfit in the Mughalpora Kremhora forest region. The operation resulted in recovery of a large cache of ammunition and explosives, signaling a major blow to terror activities in the region. During the search operation, the forces also found a concealed terror hideout stoked with weapons and explosives. The cache included significant quantity of ammunition with recovery of 10 grenades as well. And let's move on to the business stories that we are tracking in Monday's edition of Quick Morning. Patanjali Ayurved, led by Baba Ramdev, reported a 23.15% increase in total income for the fiscal year 2023-2024, reaching to 9,333.3 crore rupees. This growth was driven largely by a significant rise in other income, which included proceeds from the offer for sale of Patanjali Foods and income from other group entities as well, while the company's revenue from operations, primarily driven from net sales, saw a decline of 14.2% to 6,460 crore rupees. The boost in other income helped offset this dip. The drop in revenue was attributed to Patanjali Ayurved's transfer of its food business to Patanjali Foods in July 2022. The food business also included products like biscuits, ghee, cereals and Nutra cereals, among others. India's 26 major listed real estate companies reported a combined property sales worth 34,985 crore rupees during the July-September quarter. The surge in demand was primarily driven by residential sector. Despite challenges such as monsoon rains and regulatory delays, the residential real estate market has seen a significant revival post-COVID-19, fueled by pent-up demand and a growing desire for home ownership as well. Developers with strong reputations and a proven track record of delivering projects have benefited the most. Consumer preferences have shifted towards established brands, reflecting concerns over unreliable projects. This trend has been especially prominent in regions Delhi NCR, where buyers of stalled projects by developers such as Unitech and JP Infratech are still battling legal disputes. The Indian mobile phone industry is urging the government to enhance air cargo handling infrastructure to support a projected 8-fold increase in smartphone exports, expected to reach $180 billion by 2030. The call made by India's Cellular and Electronics Association highlights the urgent need for expansion as current airports are nearing full capacity. Electronics already lead India's air cargo exports, ranking second overall, behind engineering goods and petroleum. To meet the ambitious export targets, the ICEA stresses the need for significant upgrades to airport infrastructure as current facilities are operating at near 100% capacity. A recent report by brokerage firm JP Morgan has highlighted a mixed outlook for Reliance Industries Limited as the company faces a recovery in its refining margins but continues to grapple with sluggish growth in its retail segment. Reliance stock has declined by 22% since its peak on July 8 compared to 3.3% drop in Nifty index, which marks a stark reversal of the outperformance the company has shown earlier in the year. Despite the market downturn, Reliance's relative valuations remain attractive, particularly as most stocks are trading well above historical levels. Foreign investors have pulled out 26,533 crore in November so far from the Indian equity market. Data from the repository suggested, owing to increased allocations to China, concerns over muted corporate earnings and elevated valuation of domestic stocks as well, the quantum of net outflows has significantly reduced compared to October, when FPI drew 11.2 billion on a net basis. According to data, FPI's recorded a net outflow of 26,533 crore so far this month, which came following a net withdrawal of over 94,000 crore rupees in the month of October, which was the worst monthly outflow. However, in September, foreign investors made a 9-month high investment of 57,724 crore rupees. And for now, let's take a look at international stories that we are tracking, especially from the Middle East, as the crisis is still raging. The war is still raging between the Israeli forces and the Hamas group, as well as the European conflict. Let's get started. The Israeli government said that the body of an Israeli Moldovan rabbi that went missing in United Arab Emirates has been found. Prime Minister Netanyahu told a regular cabinet meeting on Sunday that he was deeply shocked by the disappearance of the person and the death. He further added that he appreciates the cooperation of the UAE in the investigation and said that ties between the two countries would continue to be strengthened. Kogan went missing on Thursday and there were suspicions that he'd been kidnapped. There have been no immediate comment from the UAE side. 5 people were injured as buildings were also damaged and cars in Israeli city following about after 150 projectiles were fired by Hezbollah from Lebanon side. Israel's rescue service said it treated 2 people in the central city of Petah Tikva. A 23-year-old man who was lightly wounded by a blast and 70-year-old woman was suffering from smoke inhalation from a car that caught fire. The first responders said they treated 3 people in northern Israel closer to the border, which included 60-year-old man who was said to be in a serious condition. The European Union top diplomat called for more pressure on both Israel and Hezbollah to reach a ceasefire deal, saying that one was pending with final agreement from Israeli government. European Union Foreign Policy Chief also spoke on Sunday after holding a meet with Lebanese Parliament Speaker, a Hezbollah ally who's been mediating between the group. Borrell said that European Union is ready to allocate 200 million euros to assist in Lebanese military, which would additionally deploy forces in the southern region. The emerging agreement would pave the way for the withdrawal of Hezbollah terrorists and Israeli forces from southern Lebanon below the Litani River side.
As the European Union, we are supporting the Lebanese people, the Lebanese army and the Lebanese institutions. We are ready to devote 200 million euros to the Lebanese armed forces. And I have asked Prime Minister Mikati what and how we can support your army, not only financially, but also technically, and I will do the same thing to the Lebanese Air Force Commander Aoub.
A massive fire broke out in a residential area in Tondo of Manila, capital of Philippines, on Sunday that left thousands of houses engulfed in flames and more than 2,000 families homeless. The fire-affected area is located near Manila North Harbour Port. The residential houses in Isla Puting Bato are mostly made of light materials and built closely. The fire destroyed thousands of houses and forced the emergency evacuation of a huge number of residents in the area. Jordanian Prime Minister Jafar Hassan visited a wounded police officer in hospital on Sunday after a man opened fire at offices near Israeli embassy in Amman. Jordanian police even shot and killed the man after he opened fire in Amman's region near the Israeli embassy. Authorities even said that 3 police officers were wounded in the shootout. Jordan government spokesman said that in a statement that the shooter was an outlaw with a criminal record against security forces and a criminal record for drugs as well. Pakistan on Sunday suspended mobile and internet services in area with security concerns as supporters of imprisoned former Premier Imran Khan. Prime Minister Imran Khan geared up for a protest in Islamabad. The government and Interior Ministry protested the announcement on social media platform, which is banned in Pakistan. Imran Khan has been in prison for more than a year now and has over 150 criminal cases against him, but he remains popular and his political party, PTI, says that the cases are politically motivated. His supporters rely heavily on social media to demand his release and use messaging platforms like WhatsApp to share information, including details of events. Pakistan has already sealed off capital Islamabad with shipping containers and shut down major roads and highways connecting the city with PTI strongholds in the provinces of Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. More than 1,000 people joined a protest march in northern Serbian city of Novi Sad on Sunday to demand justice for victims of a roof collapse at the city's railway station on 1st of November. The deadly collapse of the concrete roof that killed 15 people and injured 2 others has raised tension across the Balkan region. The collapse has become a flashpoint for broader dissatisfaction with Serbia's authoritarian rule, reflecting growing public demands for transparency while the country undertakes large infrastructure projects, mostly with Chinese state companies. Protests have continued despite the arrest of 13 suspects, including a government minister as well. In other stories that you're tracking, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrived in Rome on Sunday for a diplomatic trip to Europe that includes a meeting of foreign ministers from the leading industrialized nations. The meeting will focus on the wars in Ukraine and the Middle East. Blinken will also participate in a group of 7 and bilateral meetings outside Rome on Monday and Tuesday as the Biden administration winds down amid concerns that President-elect Donald Trump may substantially alter US foreign policy. President-elect Donald Trump said on Saturday that he will nominate former White House aide Brooke Rollins to be his agriculture secretary, the last of his picks to lead executive agencies and another choice from within his established circle of advisors and allies. The nomination must be confirmed by the Senate, which will be controlled by Republicans when Donald Trump takes office in January next year. Rollins would succeed Tom Vilsack, President Joe Biden's agriculture secretary, who oversees the agency that controls policies, regulations and aid programs related to farming, forestry as well. Delegates of developing countries.
We changed our laws, we've shut 8 prisons down, we've decreased our incarceration rate by 20%, but the most important part of all of that is our crime rate is down 31% in the state of Texas. In the state of Texas, since we undertook all of these reforms. This works.
Delegates of developing countries reacted to the UN climate talks agreement on a $300 billion a year for humanity's fight against climate change. The deal is aimed at helping poor nations cope with ravages of global warming. Intense negotiations in the city where industry first tapped oil. COP29 president also gavelled the deal into acceptance before any nation had a chance to speak.
Goal is too little, too distant. It is 2035. It's too far gone. Our 2030 estimates tell us that we need to do it at 1.3 trillion per year till 2030. But we have only been agreeable to have, or we have a proposal that talks about 300 USD billion mobilization goal.
Welcome back. Let's now get started with all the action that you're tracking from the world of sports, particularly the IPL auction. Rishabh Pant pipped Shreyas Iyer to become the costliest buy in IPL's history with a 27 crore winning bid from Lucknow Super Giants, while Venkatesh Iyer was a surprise showstopper as teams expectedly broke the blank for marquee Indian players at the mega auction. Shreyas, who captained the Kolkata Knight Riders to the title earlier this year, and Delhi Capitals icon Pant reaped the benefit of making themselves available at the auction following differences with their respective teams. Punjab Kings head coach Ricky Ponting rated Shreyas Iyer, whom they have bought for 26.75 crore in the mega auction, as the ideal choice to lead the IPL in IPL 2025, as Indian batter has experience of guiding Kolkata Knight Riders to the title earlier this year. Iyer's 26.75 crore bid briefly made him the most expensive IPL player in history before his India teammate Rishabh Pant set a new benchmark with the staggering 27 crore deal with Lucknow Super Giants. Brought back by Kolkata Knight Riders for a whooping 23.75 crore at the IPL mega auction, Venkatesh Iyer said that he would be more than happy to take on the captaincy challenge and step into Shreyas Iyer's shoes in a bold and unexpected move. KKR chose not to retain the 2024 IPL winning captain Shreyas Iyer at the mega auction and went for all-out bidding in the winning war against Royal Challengers Bengaluru to secure Venkatesh Iyer. Punjab Kings retain India pacer Arshdeep Singh with the right to match for a staggering 18 crore at the IPL auction in Jeddah. Sunrisers Hyderabad defeated all others in the bidding war that ensued for the pacer among Rajasthan Royals, Gujarat Titans with a staggering bid of 15.75 crore rupees. But in the final moment, the Punjab Kings chose to use their RTM to retain Arshdeep's services. Aussie pacer Mitchell Starc was signed by DC for 11.75 crore in the IPL auction. Starc was a player of the match in the qualifier 1 as well as the final last season, equally impactful in power play and at the death. Last year, defending champion Kolkata Knight Riders pledged over 27.4 crore rupees for Starc, making him the most expensive player in the tournament's history. KL Rahul has been acquired by Delhi Capitals for 14 crore at the IPL mega auction held in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The bidding war saw intense competition with Kolkata Knight Riders and Chennai Super Kings driving up the pace before Delhi secured the deal, making Rahul its second signing of the auction. Ishan Kishan has found Sunrisers Hyderabad, the SRH, as his new home in the IPL. SRH would be Kishan's third franchise after Gujarat Lions and Mumbai Indians, as the last year's runners-up left the likes of Punjab Kings. behind to acquire the wicket-keeper batter services for 11.25 crore rupees at the mega auction in Jeddah. Several players were unsold during the bidding war. Indian batter Devdutt Padikkal was the first one to go unsold after no one raised the pedal for him at the base price of 2 crore rupees in the final day of the auction. Royal Challengers Bengaluru signed the English wicket-keeper batter Phil Salt for 11.5 crore rupees in the IPL mega auction. RCB overcame a strong challenge for Kolkata Knight Riders to sign a potential captaincy candidate for the IPL this year. Chennai Super Kings spent 9.75 crore rupees to sign the veteran spin all-rounder Ravichandran Ashwin in the IPL mega auction this year. And time to take a look at all that's making news from the world of glitz and glamour. Let's get started. Singer Zayn Malik, who had postponed the US leg of his Stairway to the Sky tour following the demise of Liam Payne, has returned to the stage and he paid tribute to One Direction bandmate who died on 16th of October at the age of 31 at the first show of the singer's Stairway to the Sky tour. Malik remembered the late singer-songwriter. The ace singer concluded his show at the Academy in Leeds, England, with a homage to the late artist. A message regarding Pence emerged as his song Stardust played showed a fan-captured video. The Maharashtra Excise Department on Sunday cancelled the permit for serving alcohol at actor-singer Diljit Dosanjh's concert in Pune later in the evening. The department cancelled the permit after people from different quarters, including the newly elected MP in the region, Chandrakant Patil, objected to plans to serve liquor at the venue. Chinese director Lo Ye's latest film, an unfinished film, took 2 of the top prizes at the Golden Horse Awards in Taipei. Despite the director not being in attendance, the film won both Best Feature Film and Best Director. Others winning included Chong So-Tieng, who took the Best Leading Actor award for a performance in The Way We Talk. And back home, after tension flared in UP Sambhal, the Sambhal superintendent of police said that more than 20 policemen have been injured and one was shot at in the leg. Internet has been suspended for the next 24 hours. This after at least 3 people were killed in the violent clashes. We get you the details in this next report.